We bid $90,000 at a foreclosure auction for this house, yet we got something totally different. We've bought hundreds of property at foreclosure auction and attended thousands of auctions, and we teach you from our mistakes. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe because we're coming out with new videos every Thursday. This was a tax foreclosure in the state of Massachusetts, in town Belchertown. It was hosted by one of the local third-party auctioneers, which is fantastic. We know the guy. We were excited because he generally puts on a really good auction. It's right up by a lake, which always does really well because lake properties generally sell for a lot more, so we were kind of excited. When we showed up, there was, I think, one other bidder, if I recall correctly, so really wasn't a lot of competition, which is always good. In fact, we actually didn't win the auction at first. This other bidder did win, but it turned out we were the second highest bidder. So we got a call maybe a month later when the gentleman just decided it was too much for him. And so the auctioneer came, which once again, tip one, put a bid in, even if you don't think you're gonna have a shot, because you never know if you're gonna be the second or third highest bidder, and you could potentially still get a call back to win these auctions, which we were excited because, hey, you know, $90,000 for a house by a lake in the great B-class area, it's a win-win. We knew that we could do the project for pretty cheap and sell it for a pretty good price, so we were pretty excited. Little did we know. Little did we know. So let's go inside and I'll show you what the project and tell you a little bit more about this. All right, so what we have here, first off, is we're in the kitchen. Ely made into a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house. It was a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house. We had multiple lawyers look at this. So this is where the issue kind of came up, was their lawyer, the other person who was first bidding, their lawyer reviewed everything. The city did their paperwork. And then of course our lawyer did his thing. And then we also had a title insurance company, which is just, it's kind of the moral of the story, make sure you get title insurance. So we'll talk more about that in a little bit. They all looked at this. So multiple lawyers looking at this paperwork. So then we purchased the property and, you know, we're all excited. We're looking to start selling the property, do what we do. And lo and behold, when someone else looked into it further, when we were about to sell, we were actually going to wholesale this deal, and we couldn't because there was a title issue. The title issue is, we don't own the freaking house. We own the lot next door. So this is kind of roughly the line. We own that and not that. We were supposed to get both lots, but the city messed up. The city didn't actually foreclose properly on this. They made a mistake on the parcel. So we basically bought a tiny unbuildable lot for 90 grand. But we did buy title insurance on the property and the whole project, so we are going to be getting reimbursed our costs that we had because of the fact we had spent a couple $100 on a title insurance policy. And these are policies that you can get. It's a form of insurance for if there's a defect on the title. What is a title? So not everyone understood it. If there's an issue with the foreclosure, if there's an issue with the chain of title, these are like basically the transfer of ownerships and stuff like that over the years, which you want to research and you have it done by your lawyer or your title company, depending on the state and how that works. They kind of make sure that there's no cloud on the title is what they call it. And there's an issue where you won't be able to get marketable title. And that's why we will purchase a title policy to make sure if there ever is an issue, if someone finds something that comes out of the woodwork that we couldn't find, we're covered. That's why the couple $100 that you spend on it is well worth it. And in this case, it was the $200 is worth 90 grand because that lot maybe is worth $10,000 because it's not even buildable. So unfortunately, we are in the house right now and I think they're gonna have to re-auction it. And we're still trying to figure that part out. We are working through the insurance company to get our covered, but then there still is this house that was kind of sold at foreclosure auction, not really sold at foreclosure auction. So I don't really know exactly how that's all gonna kind of work. So right now, and we have it on our locks, we kind of quasi own it, quasi manage it, oversee it, but it's just sitting vacant, kind of getting worse until it gets resolved. But once again, moral of the story, get title insurance on all your properties, whether it be occupied or foreclosure auction, not foreclosure auction. It's worth the risk of getting just a little bit of insurance because you never know what could happen. There was also another quick little story. There was an issue back in Mass, specifically in 2019, where basically there was a Thompson Act that happened, and all of a sudden the prior 3 years of foreclosure auction all become null and void. So if you didn't have title insurance, you could be SOL and add a lot of money. So having title insurance from then would have covered you for that kind of thing. And there's unknowns that you just don't know that can come up that you would never think would come up. that could, and this small cost of doing business is really smart to have. All right, so clearly with the mold on the ceiling, we're gonna gut that. Cabinets were gonna come out. If we were gonna, unless we're wholesaling it, our plot idea was basically making a room through here so we can make 2 bedrooms on this side. So going a doorway into the living room over here. Obviously, there's the walls and ceilings, all new paint, trim, all that stuff. Boiler, we're gonna put a new furnace in here. Yeah, bathroom, complete gut job. I mean, that's disgusting. Did you see this? Look at this. Like, this is what they were using. So this was, partially occupied when we first got it. So we had to get the person out. But this is a complete gut, rewire, bring up the insulation to current standards. There's another little bedroom right here. All new windows, siding. The roof's already done prior to us, so it's in good shape. The hardwood floors, we should be able to, we were going to kind of sand them all down, and we should be able to do that. The chimney has a lining, so that's good. So that fireplace is actually a decent fireplace. So we can kind of bring that. I was thinking maybe a whitewash on this brick, which always looks really nice. New LVP, or probably actually do a ceramic tile in the kitchen and the bathroom. Just rebuild the hardwood floors. And then how to really make the kitchen kind of shine, because that's kind of going to be the focal point of the house. And then just kind of the basement, clean it up, dry lock on the walls, gray on the floor, so white and gray, just make it nice, clean and refreshed look to it. And then of course upgrade the heating systems, the mechanicals, the electrical. So learning lesson today is make sure you always get title insurance on all your properties, especially those at foreclosure auction. As always guys, we really appreciate any comments or questions you have about foreclosure auctions. And don't forget, check out our book, Foreclosures Unlocked, on Amazon. Make sure you hit that subscribe and that bell notification so you see all the new videos we got coming out every Thursday. Hey, fly.